You just started following this Vitality Conjurer playthrough on YouTube, just starting Act 7 on Veteran. Alright, nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do another episode today actually. Just a short one probably, but nevertheless, it's gonna happen. So yeah, welcome everybody to episode 16 of this Beginner Vitality Conjurer. And so there are like two things I haven't done on this guy yet, right? I mean, rather three things actually. So I have not done any super bosses at all. I have also not done Crucible at all. And I have also not found the Nightbringer yet, right? You were tested today? Alright, yeah. With Conjurer abusers. I mean abusers, go on. It's just like the strongest build in the game. At least for beginners. So, at least currently, it might get nerfed next patch. We don't know yet. We'll see. Hopefully not too much. I don't think it's gonna like be nerfed too much. Maybe Dark One set gets like nerfed a little bit. This might be like a little bit too strong still. We'll see. The patch's pretty much around the corner. Either this week, next week, or the week after that, right? And yeah, what do we start out with? I think I want to start out with like doing these super bosses on Elite, right? This is hardcore after all, and this guy might not necessarily be like super good against some of these super bosses yet, because we don't have like all the items yet that I have on my other like endgame example, right? So let me craft some potions against Mogdrogan, right? Against Mogdrogan, you want to have like good lighting overcap, ideally also like some good cold overcap. And then we're also gonna get all the consumables that are like good for like any hard fight, right? Such as all of the royal jellies, for example, right? So like this one, I mean I have some already, right? No. That one. This one and this one. And then also we have the Agdenborg salves, right? Agden blooms. And the elixir of Dragon. So I have 3 in here, right? Yeah, so first of all, we'll have to farm some blooms, right? And then we can craft the other potions as well. I wanna face Mogo? Yeah, I wanna face Mogo on this guy now. I think the build should be like strong enough. To at least, I mean, we're gonna face him on Elite first, right? I wanna try Mogo Elite and also Ravager Elite. I mean, whenever you're like a new player, right, you should also probably like try to cut them on Elite first, because on Elite, they do drop like the same helmet after all. They do give you like a level 94 purple item as well, both Mogdrogan as well as Ravager. It's also same thing for Kalagadra, I think. So doing it in Ultimate is not really like much better to do, because you don't get like a different item. It's mostly done on Ultimate because of like show-off purposes, right? Yeah, you can also farm Creek set in Elite. You cannot farm Dark One set in Ultimate, I mean in Elite though, because for example some bosses such as Lokar, and with him the whole like Lokar questline, including the dungeon, are Ultimate exclusive. But some things, such as like super bosses for example, can be done in Elite as well. They're not gonna be like too much easier though, to be honest, because they basically have the same stats, like it's literally the same minion, like the same enemy, but he's like a little bit easier still, because you have like less resistance penalties in Elite, and also like the ultimate modifiers for monsters are like a little bit higher than the Elite modifiers for monsters as well. But like the base stats of the minion or like of the enemy is literally the same. So Elite Mogdrogan and Ravager is not even that much easier than on Ultimate. I mean a little bit, because of the like difficulty mods, as well as the like fewer resistance penalties that you have, but other than that, it's literally the same enemy. On normal though, I think they're actually different. On normal they are like way easier. But like Elite and Ultimate is not too much difference actually. Alias with the quality comment. Nice. So we gotta check my physical resistance, man. That's 37%. That might actually not be enough for Ravager, right? Like, I think with Dark One, I mean with the like Nightbringer, you can get like 50% pretty easily. But without it, it's gonna be a little bit harder, right? So I might have to do like a gear switch before Ravager actually, even for Elite. Once your ultimate hit 100, I mean, if you have like a similar power level to what I had when I did it, then yes. I mean, you might not be able to like kill Lokar mostly without Dark One stuff, but you just gotta be like careful in the dungeon. Like the dungeon is, it's not like impossible, but it's a little bit tricky, I would say. Like you have to be careful of the like freezing traps that can like damage and perma-freeze you if you don't use Hoarfrost Ointment, so you kinda need to use Hoarfrost Ointment against that for every single run. Unless you have like full freeze resistance already, right? The hat skill? What do you mean the hat skill? Ravager doesn't have a hat. What hat skill? What hat are you talking about? The 4 hat? Yo, Ground Zero, welcome on, welcome on.
Well met.
Also, Momzilla, thanks for the follow, welcome on. Wait, weren't you like around the last stream as well? You were, right? Welcome on. You wanna do a bleeding build and looks like Trickster is a good choice? Yeah. Trickster, Water. I mean, I would say that for bleeding builds, you kind of want like one mastery that has like a nuke ability, so either Soldier's Blade Arc or Nightblade's Ring of Steel. And then you want to combine that with a mastery that has bleed resistance reduction, so either Shaman or Occultist, and also like in some situations you could also use Oathkeeper for that, right? So anything that combines Soldier slash Nightblade with Shaman slash Occultist is pretty good for bleeding, yeah. So like Water can work, Witchblade can work, Trickster can work, and Witch Hunter. Like those 4 are definitely really good. And then there are some others that can also work, some Oathkeeper combinations, for example, like Archon can work. Also Conjurer can work, right? Blade Master can also maybe work, but it has like 0 resistance reduction, but that's kinda, not that great, right? So I think I have enough blooms now, right? Hopefully. Yo, 9 bells, how you, man? Acid Battle Mage? Are you trying to do one? Nice. And Battle Mage has like 0 resistance reduction anyway, apart from like flat RR for physical, right? So the damage top that you wanna like go for doesn't really matter too much anyway, right? I'm doing good, man. Thank you. We're gonna do some quests probably later or maybe next stream. I kinda can't use some requests for YouTube stuff, right? So yeah, what did I want to craft? I wanted to craft the Agdan bloom thing, isn't it? Agdan juice and Agdan solve as well. So you wanna have all of these ready, right? Then you also want to have like enough courageous tinctures ready. So let me get some here. Yeah, rule 87, are you, man? Oh, come on, come on. I'm doing good. How about you? Yeah, same. Mine best, same. It's actually like not too bad whenever you like listen to it every now and then.
I'll give you a good price of what I've got left. See you around.
Also want like enough pots and enough clusters as well. So let's try to move over to Elite and see if we can. I might not be able to kill like even kill Ravager on Elite though, right? Because I probably haven't done the quest line for him on Elite, right? Yeah, it's not revolutionary, it's decent, yeah, exactly. Like, it was decent enough for me to like listen to it for like the first, I don't know, 800 hours I've played of the game as well. But yeah, after that, didn't really listen to it too much. You're a meme. I see you talking about Locker. Dude, what the heck? You were talking about a hat skill, like, Ravager doesn't have a hat, dude. What are you even talking about? Wait, I reset into ultimate, right? Am I retarded? Yeah, I'm retarded, I guess. Just to Ravager already. Yo, mechanical engineer, how you, man? Welcome on. I mean, I did restore the shrine, so... No idea why I didn't restore this one, though. Oh well, doesn't really matter too much, right? Just don't get hit. Exactly. So against Mogdrogan, you can check him on like grimtools.com, right, monster database before you fight him. You should do that. He basically like reduces all of your elemental resistances by 80, right? Or like he cuts them to half, I think. That's like 50% multiplicative reduction. So you basically want to overcap your lightning by like 80%. I don't quite have that, so because of that I'm gonna use a Storm Shroud ointment on top. And also to like extra safe, you should also do the same for cold, because there's one of his minions that deals actually cold damage, right? So let us apply these buffs here, right? Or pots rather. There we go. Now we just hope that we have enough leech, as well as enough defense to ideally just face tank this guy, right? I mean, he has like an enrage at like 50% of his HP, so the first 50% should be easy. Like if you're struggling in the first 50% here, then you should just abort, because it's gonna be like 3 times harder to kill after you took like 50% of his HP, right? So also, whenever you have like full stacks in savagery, you can just like skip auto-attacking, right? You don't really need auto-attacks except for like the savagery boss. I mean, you can like stop auto-attacking whenever you have like at least 1 or 2 savagery stacks, right? You don't need to have like more stacks active, because you're gonna get like all the relevant buffs at like 1 stack already, right? So he's gonna hit 50% here. Now things is gonna be interesting. Right. Just make sure he doesn't like move out of your citros, because then you're also gonna lose your lead shot. Moved again. Stop it. Oh, well, okay, never mind. The spell will just appear, right? Yeah, you should not try to do those guy at like level 30. Not even on like elite or normal. You kinda need to be like pretty high level for this guy. I'm gonna do the Celestials in Ultimate. Probably, maybe, at some point. Like once I have like maybe Nightbringer on this character, for example. I guess Smoke Dragon should be doable in Ultimate as well, with this gear as it stands right now. Just wanted to do them like on Elite first, because it's like a little bit easier. Not too much easier though, like just a little bit. And I mean, why do them on Ultimate when you get like the legendary level 94 item on Elite anyway, right? So yeah, I mean, that's it, right? Not too bad, considering this guy is still like on full solo Sapphire gear, right? Also no Nightbringer. You can obviously have like better components as well, like these components are not ideal. But it's certainly pretty doable. Now I have the problem that I obviously did not spawn Ravager on Elite yet, right? I didn't do Elite Ravager actually. Like I didn't spawn him on Elite yet. Yeah, you can also kill Kalagaja on Elite for the level 94 helmet, yeah, that's true, exactly. That's how it is. I mean, people usually just do it in Ultimate because they want like the hardest challenge, right? Also like to like show off, right? It's not much easier, it's like a little bit easier, as I said. Like the monster itself, like for example the Mogdrogan that we just killed, is like literally the same boss, like the same monster. He has literally the same base stats. The only differences are that the ultimate like damage modification for enemies is like a little bit higher than the elite damage modification on enemies, right? So he will deal like a little bit less damage. because like I also have like a little bit less HP etc. on Elite compared to an Ultimate because of like the difficulty mode being like a little bit easier for Elite. And also it will be a little bit easier because you have like 25% more resistances around, so you will not have this same like easy time reducing resistances as you would have on Ultimate round. So those are like the two only things that make it like a little bit easier. Other than that, it's literally the same boss round. I mean, yeah, sure, you can always post grimtools links and chat. You don't have to ask for that actually, as long as it's only like grimtools links. At least. So we gotta make our way to Baromir and do the quest prior to Ravager, right? No free doctoring today. I mean, he said for Ares to help me, right? He didn't ask me to help him. Otherwise, I probably would have. But also, I kinda need blooms, right? You gotta spend your blooms on me if you want me to doctor your stuff, right? I mean, just the channel wants blooms, obviously. Where's the music here? I don't know. Doesn't this area have like some music usually? Hello? Based on what? Wait, what is based on what? Also, welcome in Myrtla. Yo, body enough, how you, man? Oh, based god. Oh, there we go, the emote. How much harder is veteran over normal? I don't know the exact stats, but I would say it's very noticeably harder. Like normal is like without veteran is a lot easier. It's not as hard as elite, but I feel like it's closer to elite than it's to normal actually. So, I don't know if is the patch gonna come this week or next week? Or in 2 weeks even. I mean, I know you're not allowed to answer that, but... maybe you could give us a hint. Yeah, no. If you're already playing it on veteran, then like after you're done with veteran, it should be kinda easy mode for you, because you already got used to veteran. And I do recommend that also. Like in general, I would say that's probably the way that you should like play on your very first character, because that way you like get a feeling, like a better feeling for the game overall. Like normal difficulty is just, I mean, sure, it's like great if you just want to have fun, or if you're not interested in like pushing too much harder, like too much further into the game anyway. Or if you just want to like get to the highest difficulty as soon as possible, because like walking through normal is obviously a little bit easier and also faster because of that. But if you actually like want to learn the game, yeah, I would say playing on veteran the first time was advised. Recommended OA and DA for elite. I don't know, that's very level dependent. Like, OA and DA from enemies scale with level, just like your own does as well, so that's kind of hard to answer without like knowing your exact level, right? Probably something between like 1.5k and 2k is totally fine, depending on like your level. Or even lower than that, honestly. Like, elite scales down a lot, and I mean, I'm also like, when I'm like speed leveling, for example, right, I usually start in elite after like doing the devotions hopping, right? So that's around, I don't know, what, level 35, right? At level 35 I have like, I don't know, no way on DA. I don't know, maybe like 300, 400, 500, I have no idea. So yeah, this is very, very level dependent. So hopefully this quest is not gonna bug out here. Why the fuck did I put on in-game music when there's no in-game music? What is this bullshit? Plans for another build? I think I'm just gonna wait for the patch and see what the patch gives us, like which new monster frequencies the patch has to offer, and then try to like make a build with those, or try to like adjust some already existing theory crafts that I have to like include those new monster frequencies, right? I don't think it's really like worth it to theory craft any further right now when we have like a patch coming in, I don't know, either one day or even 2 days, or like in 1 week or 2 weeks. So. Yo, Vodinov, thank you so much for the gifted subs for Bosco and Haria. Welcome, guys. Congratulations on receiving a sub from Vodinov, and also thank you for the support, man. Very much appreciated. Right, that's like, thank you very much for the sub in Vietnamese, right? That sounds like Vietnamese to me. Maybe it's not. It's something similar. Wait, where are you from, Bosco? It is Vietnamese, nice. I mean, one of my, well, basically, yeah, like, probably my best friend is a Vietnamese guy. Like, he's been living, like, in Germany pretty much all of his life, but he's Vietnamese by, like, ethnicity, right? Oh, maybe you know those song. I mean, what is it called even? I don't even know what it's called, but it's like a children's song, right? My Vietnamese is horrible, but there's like a line like "Ba Tuan Gong," something like that. It's like a song where like a child sings about like "Thank you, Father, for being so awesome" or something like that. I don't know. I think it's about something like that. It's like a children's song, right? Like something that you would sing like in, I don't know, preschool, right? And yeah, I remember like my Vietnamese friend had like I mean, his parents had like a karaoke like system, obviously, right? And we used to like sing that song together, and I used to always get more points than him. Even though I didn't know like a single word in Vietnamese, it was so funny. But, yeah. And now like every time, like also, yeah, like what was it, like half a year ago, I visited him and his family, and I told him about like, yeah, you know, back then we used to like sing this song, right? When we were like, I don't know, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds, right? And then his mother also remembered, and she asked us to like sing the song together again. Yeah, that was interesting. But I don't know, like my friend doesn't really like when we sing that song together, because every time we do sing it together, like his mom tells him that I can speak better Vietnamese than him, which is obviously not true. But
I'll give you a good
she
price
like,
on what I've
I
got
don't know,
left.
she's just trying to make fun of him, I guess.
See you around.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk to these guys, right? Hopefully the mine quest did apply properly, right? Hopefully we don't have to do it again. Because sometimes this quest bugs out, right? Yeah, okay, that's...
A blessed.
Like sometimes you have to do the mine again, even though you already have done it, right? Alright, Laria. Welcome back, Aras, welcome back.
I don't know.
Alright, that's then we gotta kill the 3 Wendigos, right? And then we can take on Ravager. Who do we spawn? I mean, I have good Elemental Ras, right? I have good Aether Ras. I have a good Vitality Ras as well, actually. I mean, the most useful helm is usually the one from Ravager of Flesh right now, right?
Have you?
Like there are 3 Ravagers: Ravager of Flesh, of Minds, and of Souls. Of Flesh gives you, I believe, Vitality resistance as well as percent HP, up to like 12%, like up to a ridiculous amount of HP. Then you have Ravager of Minds, which I believe gives you crit damage and like percent chaos resistance or something like that, right? Why not all 3? Give me like 1 on each difficulty. I mean, it would work like twice, right? But normally you would also only get like the blue helmet, right? That's the problem, kinda. We could do all 3 though. So which one do I want to do an ultimate on? Probably off Flesh, right? Like I don't... Yeah, maybe I want to do like of Minds and Elite. Minds seems reasonable. Or of... maybe I'm going to do of Souls and ultimate, actually. Wait, how much RR does he have? Ravager. Oh, we should just like go over here, right? Let me check again the grimtools master database here. So he has 30 and another 25, right? So like 55 RR, right, on Elite and Ultimate. This should be correct, right? 55. Okay, so I definitely do not want to do Souls and Ultimate done unless I craft. I mean, I could like craft a pot, right? Because like a Flash deals more bleed and vitality damage, right? of Mines has more elemental damage, right? And of Souls has Aether damage, right? Yeah. Also, Souls is Fumble, but I mean, we don't care on the casting, right? So I think I'm gonna go for... What should I go for? Oh, Arcane in here. I think I'm gonna go for of Mines and normal. And let me also quickly check which other one I did on my... Okay, so I did... Yeah, so I did Ravager of Flesh and Ultimate already.
Yes, it is Ravager. I do not know what.
Alright, who do we choose?
Has been placed upon you.
I'm not gonna choose T-Vault here.
About this carefully.
No, I'm not gonna
Who
choose
shall serve as the Ravager's flesh?
wait, what I'm gonna choose here. Yeah, I'm not gonna choose Ravager of Flesh. I think either Souls or Mind. Let's go with Of Minds.
Who shall serve
And
as
Of
the
Minds
Ravager's
should be
flesh?
Orin, I think.
Yes, young.
Let's see. Yeah, that's Of Minds. This is the elemental one, you can tell by his like blue horns. And so against this guy... I mean, we just kill him, right? Physical resistance might not be enough, but we'll see. Let's try here. So what's my armor? It's pretty bad, right? Yeah, armor's pretty bad as well. Do I even have circuit breakers on this character? I have prismatic diamond, right? Yeah, okay. So I just wanna like see when that stuff procs, right? Whenever I'm gonna like taken low. Also, same thing applies to this guy, right? Whenever he hits 50%, he's gonna take less damage and also deal more damage. So like before that, he's kinda easy mode. Like once he is down to 50%, the real fight is gonna start, and against this guy, this might actually include some kiting now. Unlike Ravager, I mean unlike Mogjogan, right? But I mean, the Courageous Tincture also helped, but I'm gonna use one again once it's up. But I mean, so far no diamond proc, right? As long as there's no diamond proc, I don't really have to like walk out of this. Okay, there's the diamond proc. As you can see, the prismatic range. I mean, while it's active, we don't really have to cut around. But once that is down, things might get like a little bit more cost, right? Okay, and there it is again, right? Proc again. Now it's on cooldown. Courageous back up again in a sec. Alright, let's use that again. To give us like some more additional defensive ability as well as armor. Prismatic Diamond is up again, not available. Wait about the proc. There it is again. Proc again. As long as that one is up, we don't really have to care too much, right? And he's dead actually. Okay, that was okay. That was actually smoother than I expected, to be honest. So this is the Ravager's Dread Gaze from the Ravager of Mind, right? Yo, Enfield, how are you, man? Kalagajo next. Maybe on like the next episode or something. Also, I don't know. I guess Kalagajo I would prefer to have my Nightbringer like proper components, right? That's probably not something I'm gonna do on this episode. But we can also do we could do like the other whoops, nice cluster. We could do the other Ravager on normal, right? I know, normal Ravager or Megalo, but yeah, I mean, we're gonna do all three, right? That's what you guys said. So we have 1 out of 3 done. You could XD all you want, I'm gonna still do it. Also to like show you how much easier it is on normal, right? Okay. At least on this guy, I think I don't have to do like too many quests, right? Yeah. I mean, I've never actually killed Ravager normal, I think. So this is kinda for the science for me as well. Yeah, exactly, right.
The Ravager is pleased. The eve of Ravager's return.
Alright, we still gotta get the hearts first. Okay. Hearts and then choose which one. And that's done. I mean, I think I'm gonna do off flesh here because I wanna do the off souls and ultimate. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, these guys just die by like looking at them, right? Here are normal. Normal, elite, ultimate is boss HP. No, the normal guy is completely different. The normal guy is like a completely different mob. Elite and ultimate is exactly the same. Except for like difficulty mutators, but the one on normal is just a joke compared to the other two. Like elite and ultimate have the same. I mean, you can also check it on grimtools, right? If you check it on grimtools and you write like Ravager here, and you see that like normal and elite. I mean, elite and ultimate is like the same guy, right? But normal is like a different one. So if you compare the one in ultimate elite to this one in normal, and he has apparently like the same HP, except for like difficulty mutators. But wait, why does it like say there? Let's see here. It says they have the same skills though. Not sure if this is actually correct or not. Maybe they are the same entity then. I don't know. Either way, maybe what I said is actually wrong. But either way, he's like way easier on normal, that's for sure. Completely different. Yeah, I thought they were gonna be completely different because like, I mean, grimtools listed was like two different heroes, like two different enemies, right? So yeah, I thought they were gonna be like completely different. Like, why would they list it like as a different enemy then, right? Makes no sense. Because of drops? Probably, right? Because of drops, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense actually, yeah, because of drops. Like, normal guy can only drop the blue helmet, and elite and ultimate guy can drop the purple helmet, right? Yeah, that's why. Right, that's right. It's because of the drops, right? At least I think so. Can't get level 75 helmet. Wait, is there level 75 Ravager helmet even? I know there's like 75 Mogjogan's shoulders obviously, but is there a 75 helmet even? Maybe like a level 75 version of the blue one, right? Is it blue or is it also purple? But how do you get like the purple one? I mean, you would have to fight him on elite at like what, level 50 or something, right? That sounds a bit monk-ass, dude. I don't know. Normal Ravager gives level 75 blue helmet. Okay. Oh wait, maybe like the blue one's always 75 and the purple one's always 94? We'll see. We'll see. We're gonna see what this guy gives me here. Do I even need to use like pots against this guy on on normal?
Yes, it is Ravager. The massive
Not sure,
burden
right?
of who shall serve as he is brash and prone.
Let's do off flesh here or normal, so that we can do off souls and ultimate later. Yeah. There we go, right? He's level 86. Lol. That's cute. I mean, he's way easier because of the level as well, right? Dude, he dies like a trash mob. What the heck? Okay. Yeah, there we go, level 75 blue helmet. Yeah, I mean, the normal version can't like scale up high enough, right? So you always get like a level 75 blue helmet from this guy. Blue has both levels? Yeah, but you can't get it, right? I mean, maybe it's like a 50-50 or something, which one you got. Let me see, Ravager of Flesh, normal, right? Ravager of Flesh, normal, and he was what, level 86, right? So at level 86 he has, yeah, you can't get the higher one actually, right? Like, you would get the higher one at like level 94, but he doesn't spawn at that level, right? Why does the higher level version even exist then? Like, you can't get, like, this this item here is legit unobtainable unless you like GD stash it, right? If I'm not wrong here. I crit like crazy. I mean, come on, this guy had like what? Negative DA, right? On normal. For expansion sales. So, what do we do now? I wanna farm the Nightbringer a little bit for the rest of this episode, I think. Hopefully, try to get it. Or should we do like Kalagaja on normal? We can also do Kalagaja on normal, right? Let's try Kalagaja on normal actually. I've never tried that before. I just do it because I've never done it. And you could also do like Mokjong on normal, right? Takes like 2 seconds to kill him, right? Elite or no balls. I don't know. I would have to like switch around the build a lot for Kalagaja. This build is not necessarily a Kalagaja killer. Probably. Like, not in higher difficulties. He doesn't have like enough armor and Fizzerance, so you would have to like kite him around. At least in this current iteration. So yeah, it wouldn't be like easy to face sync her at all. You would just have to like kite him around, right? Okay, so do we also have Mokjogen here on normal? No, we don't do Mokjogen, right? I have 2 Celestial Essence, right? So we can do Kalagaja like once here. You can always escape and quit, and then we're gonna quit a bit. Nice. No thanks. Alright, let's see how this Kalagaja is on normal. She's also level 86 here, apparently. Yet she actually hurts, like. Even on normal Kalagaja hurts. What is this bullshit? What is she doing there? Hello? Alright, so we get the blue level 75 Kalagaja's Visage here as well, which also has +1 Oscars actually. And just like these as well, right? Should we do Mokjogen in normal as well? Just for doodles. I don't have the shrine though, do I? I would have to do the shrine first. No, that's not worth it to do, right? I mean, what's he gonna give me, right? He's gonna give me like a blue level 75 shoulder piece, which is kind of whatever, right? Is there any Eye of Reckoning build capable of Kalagaja kill? I think Malagad was able to kill her with his Eye of Reckoning build. He did kite around a lot as well though. I don't think like our reckoning does like actual damage. Or like not too much at least against Kalagato.
You need stashed.
Oh yeah, also I have like too many items here that I'm don't gonna use on this character, right? So let me just take all the random items here actually, like all the random legendaries here. And we're gonna transfer all of these to my shared stash. Actually. Because I'm never gonna use them on this character anyway. I'm just gonna like keep some signature items, such as like Woganov items, for example, right? Plunderer's Talisman. That like any good or? I mean, obviously not, right? But we should like keep all the relic blueprints actually, right? Because that's what we did on this character. Okay, so we could keep the total normal shields, right? Those are not random drops after all. You were greater of reckoning. Usually no. Definitely no. I mean, Yugo is a filler ability though, right? You could use like Yugo as a filler. Or also like the advantage of Yugo is that you can play basically out of Reckoning, or like Yugo's Reckoning, right? On builds that don't include Oathkeeper. That's like the only benefit of Yugo, kinda.
Got something you need stashed?
Why do you keep the blueprints? The items are still sort of self-found, right? It's just like I give them away to my non-so self-found characters, right? I mean, you were copying, obviously. Just to make sure nobody gets the like the wrong idea here. Yo, King, how are you, man? Hail to the King, how are you? Welcome on, welcome on. Let's not put the level 51s in here though. So many items, but no Nightbringer, right? Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. Alright, all of these, like, non-mythicals are gonna be blown up here in a sec. I mean, you don't have to do that, obviously, but that's just what I do usually. I probably need more dynamite, I only have 21 on me. What are my plans for today? I will just play this character a bit and then probably check out the last Epoch patch, actually. Oops.
Safe storage, no questions asked.
Oh, what the? Oh, well. Way to waste your solo siphon components. Whoops. Yeah, let's do the same for these as well. It's a little bit boring, I know, guys. Sorry about that. But it has to be done at some point, right? Wait, why am I keeping a Inquisitors of Thunder? This one was garbage, right? Okay, we got all the totally normal shields in here, all the other items that are interesting, like either here or... Oh wait, Basmina's Mark, I wanna keep this on this character actually. Okay. So that's gonna be like the show-off bag, kinda, right? Okay. That's like old garbage leveling gear, right? Yeah, this can just be... Praetorian is... whatever. All doubling stuff over here. Let's just put all the potential leveling like equipment over here, right? That's like potential equipment, right? Tetris stream? Yeah, Tetris stream. Blueprints collector. I mean, yeah, I collected blueprints on this character because I did not like reset my blueprints for Solo Self Found, and by keeping blueprints that I got, I knew kind of like what am I like allowed to craft and what am I not allowed to craft, right? Because you do also get blueprints via like shops or like as a, how do I say that, like as a reward from some quests, right? Wait, isn't this the one I potentially needed on the rune build? I think so, right? Good luck with level 90 relics. I mean, yeah, that's why I'm not using one, right? But yeah, obviously level 90 relics and stuff like that is something that would just drop only, and it's not gonna drop for me anymore because, well, yeah. So at some point I'm just gonna say, okay, this guy is, well, kinda not Solo Self Found anymore, or rather, I'm just gonna assume that at some point you would have like lots of relics, right? Like lots of like relic blueprints. I would probably say that that point is whenever I get Nightbringer on this guy, right? Like once you get Nightbringer, you should probably also have like pretty much all of the blueprints for relics as well, right? Because Nightbringer drop rate is not the best. And I mean, we still did like basically everything before, like without Nightbringer, right? Except for like, okay, we didn't do like Ultimate or Elite Caligari yet, we didn't do Ultimate Ravager and Ultimate Mogdragon yet. I also didn't do Crucible yet, right? Maybe we should do some Crucible. I have a game mechanic question. Somebody wrote that the game's loot generator resets if you make a new game. Do you actually avoid remaking games to get better items? I think you can kinda like... I'm not really like an expert on that, but I think you can kinda, for example, avoid remaking games so that you don't get like the same legendaries over and over, and rather get like other legendaries. Maybe something like this, I believe, can work. I have no idea. If you're like looking for the same item, I mean, if you're looking for... I mean, depends what you're like looking for, right? If you're like looking for items that specifically drop from totems, then you can still reset, right? Because the chance on the totem was probably gonna still be like the same, I believe. Oh, it wasn't Titan Quest, that is not anymore in Chrome Dawn. Yeah, I have like no idea about this topic. I know stuff like this can exist in ARPGs, and it did exist in Titan Quest apparently. And yeah, some people do say that it also still exists in Chrome Dawn, some people say it doesn't. I mean, if Xanta said it doesn't exist, then I mean, he's a dev, so I would say it doesn't exist. Trying to find Nocturne. I would still like just try to do like a certain amount of totems that are like basically all the same, like from the same type, right? That are like all kind of easy to get to. Because like running the same place over and over and over would just drive me mad. Like I would at least rotate between like, I don't know, 3 to 4 to 5 totems before resetting. 2 days of East March. Lol. You know, like mix it up a bit. I think the best way to save your sanity in ARPGs is to not just mindlessly farm the same thing over and 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 over, because then you just lose your mind, right? Try to like mix it up a bit. You need peace or set which converts fist to fire. And there are lots of things that convert fist to fire, right? Even components such as like flint core, no, flint, enchanted flint, right? Can convert physical to fire. I mean, basically you just go to grimtools.com and go to the item database and write physical damage converted to fire, right? And then you're gonna see all the items in the game, as well as components that convert physical to fire. Typing it wrong. Physical damage converted to fire. This is how you should write it. Yeah. Hey, welcome. So hey, Arcane Undo, how are you? Welcome on, welcome on. And Skipper, how are you, man? Doing good? That is indeed very good. I should just skip everything, right, except for Magi's. Because everything else is not needed for me, right? It's very uninteresting here. Yo, Kravas, welcome on, welcome on. How are you, man? Fizz star to star fire. Yeah, that can work as well. That's an even faster way to write that answer for it. True, true. Oh yeah, you need to tick include item description. Yeah, that's true. True, true. Chicken curry, nice. Did I play StarCraft a lot? Yeah, I did. I did play Brood War a lot. Mostly. I mean, I did also play StarCraft 2 a lot, but I think I played more Brood War. Brood War was pretty awesome. Alright, Nightbringer, please. What? That's not a Nightbringer, right? That is indeed not a Nightbringer. compare this Morganath kill to my Elementalist Morganath kill on Monday, right? This Elementalist is so bad right now. Still don't have Nightbringer. Yeah, me neither on this guy. Oh, we haven't done SR50 yet actually, right?
See anything you like?
Oh yeah, he's just lightning resistant, that's true.
See you around. Got something you need stashed? Keep an eye out.
What brings you to my forge?
Kinda only need these two, right? The others are not that important actually. Which resistances do I need for SR? Except for bleed, which is kinda not that important anyway. Actually nothing, right? So let's do SR 50 here as well, like let's try 50 to 51, right? This might be pretty monk ass, but we'll see. Let's just apply. I mean, these are definitely wasted, right? Fire and lightning is not even that bad, right? Not that wasted actually. Vitality. That's pretty wasted. Okay.
A waste? How far shall we go? How far shall we go?
Alright, let's do 50 here. Why did I keep all those from your mustache? It's just for this like solo self-found guy, so that I know which things I can craft, or like which things I was allowed to craft, because I did not reset my blueprints actually. So what do we have here? We are slowed, which means you have more CC rest on the other hand. It's pretty good. Also time warped means they have less physical damage, which is also pretty good actually. Yeah, these are pretty decent mutators for me. Should be pretty easy actually. If I'm gonna die here, then the build is trash, right? Minus 10 resistances or 8% more damage. Usually I would say minus 10 resistances, because like at the worst minus 10 resistances is gonna give you like another 10% damage, and against like bosses probably even more than that. It does also depend on like your total resistance reduction though. Also, if it's just like 8% more additive damage, like over here, like 8% more damage somewhere here, right? Like if I have 2138 instead of 2130, then that's like basically an increase of like 0.1% or something like that. Right? If you have like total damage modified by 8%, that's like another story, right? Then that's actually worth considering, right? But if it's just like 8%, like additive 8%, that's like trash in a way, kinda. It's in total damage more or less. Okay. I mean, yeah, even then it like depends on your like total resistance reaction, right? If you have like lots of RR, then the 8% might be better. But like 8% is gonna be better against trash. Like it's gonna be way better against trash than it's gonna be against bosses, right? That have like high resistances against your damage type. Like the more resistances the enemy that you're fighting has, the more useful your 10% RR is gonna be, and like the less useful your gotta be a little bit careful here actually. This is RR at 35, I mean 50 after all. Yeah. Should probably apply this stuff, right? Better we saved it, sorry. Yeah, it seems a little bit risky here. We did proc our diamond, so... it's still SR50, right? We gotta respect our stuff, so we should use our pots. But like, once you have the pots on, it should be not that risky anymore, hopefully. Also kind of depends like which enemies they're fighting. And this guy still has like, yeah, garbage armor. Not even like... It's like, I don't know, 1.4, 1.3k effective armor or something like that. Also like only 37% physicalness, not 80%. Or like not 50%. I would like to kill the Iron Maiden, not you trash mobs here. So I'm gonna try to not pick up the Shattered Souls. Just to like see how this fight goes, but I mean... Seems pretty easy, right? Okay. Can this... undo beam builds? Yeah, you wanna use a Whole Frost against boss rooms as well, because you never know like which kind of bosses spawn in here. Like say you get Muzlaki, right, and you're just gonna get fucked, right? You have like 0% freeziness. That was a diamond again, right? Monka, monka. Gotta try to kite them a bit, but also still like stay within the range of the Wendigo totems, right? That's kind of the challenge to do here, which I'm probably fading right now as well. I just wanna have these like big guys killed. I think they're dead, right? Now the rest should be easy. Also, you don't want to like get shotgun by the like cold projectiles by Turgon. Right? Turgon can hurt a lot actually sometimes. Gotta be careful with his projectiles. Crucible 170 is like... I mean, it depends like if you're like looking for speed or looking for being able to do it or not, right? And also, if you're like talking about using aggro abuse or not. Like SR without aggro abuse, I would say Crucible 170 is like SR 60 only, or like 65 maybe. But like if you're talking about aggro abuse as well, then I mean yeah, something like 80, probably 85. It's like the same thing, right? I mean it's kind of hard to say like the same thing because they're just different modes and like different builds are gonna be like will have like different performance and like the two modes because they just play differently. Like a build can be pretty weak or slow for Crucible, but be able like to go very deep in SR, or be like a super quick Crucible farmer, but not even able to do like SR 70 for example, or not even 60 maybe. It's kind of depends on the build. Yeah, you can still like abuse, like camera abuse, yeah, that's still possible to do, yeah. SR 200 because of aggro abuse, 4 bosses works as well. I mean, on the other hand, like Crucible has these like insane buffs, right, that are just way too broken as well. Like the buffs in Crucible, like the blessings that you can buy, right, and banners as well, they make stuff like super easy as well. And also Crucible mobs are scaled down, whereas SR mobs are not scaled down. It's just like in Crucible you need more AoE, and like in SR you need more single target as well, right? Yep, 170. It's like shard 200 bosses, yep. That's the thing, right? Like, Crucible 170 bosses hit like, I don't know, normal SR bosses or something like that, right? On the other hand, in Crucible you have to like fight more enemies at the same time, right? So. Again, like, it depends heavily on the build. Depends heavily on like if you do aggro abuse or no aggro abuse, right? Why would the camera be important? Well, because to like aggro abuse you need to like turn the camera like this. And yeah, they have, like if you do it like this, then enemies have like reduced vision on you and then they won't aggro you as early. Hey Dex Max Dex, welcome on, welcome on. Who do we fight here? I have no idea. Let's see what this is. Who this is rather. Oh, the Sentinel? Okay. All the plants in here are like scarier than the bosses, to be honest. Because the plants have like some RR as well, I think. So buffs are running out right more fast. Keep him fast. Okay. They're coming around. I don't like wanna aggro abuse too much here. Come here. What are you doing? We actually have Muzlaki here, right? So yeah, you need to definitely like make sure to have all first ointments whenever you're gonna go into SR, right? If you have like shit freeze rest, right? It's quite moosey a bit. Yeah, okay. This level is actually easier than the last one, right? At least it seems easier. Yep. He did. Alright, we did SR 50 as well, 50 to 51. But I kinda should like push for 60, right? To get the SR set on this guy as well. I might do that like next episode or something like that, right? Only deep SR pushers use it? You mean people who say easy 75? Interesting. Rune cover were actually interesting as well. That's pretty chill. My Stone Height of Protection is still better, right? Even though it's like a 84 version, I think. Or even lower than that. I mean, yeah. The Phantasma Blades build got nerfed a bit. And it's still good though. It's not as crazy as in that video anymore, but it's still good. I can recommend it for endgame content. But also the character is like not super tanky, like it's kinda good for stuff like, I don't know, Crucible speedrunning on softcore, or also like just farming like main campaign on softcore. It's really good for that. But for like deep SR pushing on hardcore or like super boss in hardcore, it's a little bit too squish, I would say.
Come see what's left of my wares.
Safe storage, no questions asked.
Why does still have this resonating waystone in here?
Keep an eye out for this.
I think I'm pretty much done, right? I mean, I could try to go for start 60, right? Let's do like another Bogonath farm, like dungeon farm. I'm gonna reset here. Go for crit. Seems tank in the video. That's alright. I mean, I'm not like doing super bosses in the video, right? Like it's like tanky enough for everything else, that's for sure. I mean, it's R cannot drop Nightbringer, right? So you're gonna farm Nightbringer in this dungeon here. That's like one reason, right? It's like, I would say probably the main reason. Also Kai'San Amulet, right? Kai'San Amulet cannot drop in SR either. So if you wanna like farm SR, I mean Kai'San Amulet or Magi Rings or Nightbringer, then you cannot farm SR for those, right? Go color. Smiley face. Smiley face, it says. Once I have the Kalagadra set up, then yeah, we can do it. Which means I would have to farm for... I also got this one, right? Pierce Cold Chaos. Cold with Pierce Chaos. Of Tormented Souls. I mean, this one has that damage. The one I'm using has not, right? Also more Pierce Rance, which I don't need. And I would lose what? I would lose the Vitras, right? Which I also don't need. Also, this has more away, which I would need. But it has less conversion. Kinda just as good as the one I already have, but not really better than that, right? I'm still using non-mythical Bone Weave Legends, right? I've still not found the mythical ones. Like, what the heck? I found these mythical at least. That is mythical, I mean that stuff is mythical as well, obviously. Just get them, right? Yeah, just get them. I'm also thinking about like maybe switching to a Dreed Sect pair of pants instead, or like a crafted one instead, right? If we get lucky with some crafts. Could be good as well. On the other hand, these give me like +2 sigil and +2 totem, right? This is just too crazy for the like stats. There is no such thing as a set that drops like from specific expansions though. Unless it's like a MI. It's just about MIs, like everything else, you just farm this around. Yo, Kree Workman, how are you, man? Like there are no, I mean, sure, there are expansion gated legendaries in the way that, like in the sense that you need to buy the expansion to get the items. But once you have bought the expansion, you can also like get, I don't know, Forgotten Gods legendaries in like the vanilla game, like vanilla game content. Oh shit, I need to craft more keys. Whoops. Haven't touched this hard yet. Yeah, you should touch it on normal first. Just grind it on normal. Get like all the waystones on normal. That's what I did as well on this character. And yeah, then you can
What brings you to my forge?
Do the like important
Bring them back here.
shards on higher difficulties. You need to, I mean, you can skip it on elite completely unless you wanna like farm 65 or higher on elite, because that's actually pretty good as well to do.
See you around.
Safe storage, no questions asked.
So these two items are actually really good for me, right? Should keep them on this character. The pants as well as the belt. Yeah, just get to like 65. That's like the highest waystone that you care about. Unless you, I don't know, want to get like the world record in shattered ram pushing. But like 65 is the last waystone that also still gives you loot. And then you can use those waystones in like elite and ultimate to like do whichever content you would like to farm, or do for the skill and attribute points that you can also get in SR. Like in ultimate SR, if you do at least shard 25, you get 3 skill points and 1 attribute point, right? So that's like another reason why you should do SR at some point. Yeah, the blueprints for the waystones are per account. And then the waystones, like every 15 levels you get a waystone, right? So you have like blueprints for shard 5, 20, 35, 50 and 65. That's where like you get the blueprints for the waystones. And then on on each individual character, these waystones can be upgraded to, say, if you use the level, I don't know, shard 20 waystone, right? And you make it all the way from like shard 20 to 25, you can use the same level 20 waystone then, on the next time, on that character to also start at waystone, I mean, to start at shard 25, right?
Well met.
So these like individual, like every 5 shard upgrades are only like for per character. But the blueprints for the waystones in the first place are like account bound, so you can just use them on any character. And just like every every blueprint, but all the blueprints are like account bound, and yeah, the other stuff is like character bound. Also, Rumburak, thanks for the follow. Welcome on, welcome on. Yeah, check out Mike Fick on YouTube. He has pretty good like stuff as well. Like he's more the like numbered guy than I am. Like he has lots of like where to farm, how many legendaries you get from which runs, etc. These kind of videos. That's like his specialty, I would say. Account? I mean like... you know what I mean, really. It's like saved in a local file on your computer that is like character-wide, Steam account-wide, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's obviously not in your not saved in your Steam account because it's like a local file on your computer. Because this game has no servers, etc. 54 bleed against the sky. Oh. Blue Anubar ring. That one is that good? It's not really that great, right? Oh yeah, I could also like get the Seal of Basti, right? That one would still also be pretty good actually to get. Like Nightbringer would be better though. The purple ring of Basti would be also really great, right? I'm gonna skip this part, you know, I don't know, it just takes too long to do. If you're interested in the, what do we get there, the Morganath set chest piece, then you should always do the chest room here. Because that one can only drop from the chest, right? What's the most fun content for me? I would say it's dungeons, such as this one. We're also leveling, like leveling is also pretty fun in Grim Dawn. Like leveling is lots of fun, dungeons are lots of fun. SR and Crucible can also be fun sometimes, but I don't really prefer to like do them all the time. That's a little bit too, I don't know, a little bit too grindy for me. And it's gonna get nerfed next patch anyway, right? I feel. So if you don't have the items, don't bother farming them. And it might be still like really good after the next patch though. Oh, we have Zephrys in here, Monka. Gotta kill this guy first, right? Well, never ever Nightbringer, right? I mean, I shouldn't complain, I have like 2 Nightbringers, or 3 even, overall in all of my characters. I just don't get one on this character apparently. That's fine. Dark One said Conjurer, Greater Sunjax Elementalist. I mean, who would have thought, right? Of course. Which games did I play that had an account with multiple characters? I mean, Diablo 3 for example, right?
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left. Iron well spent.
Or I don't know, like lots of games actually. Like many RPGs are like that. If I'm not mistaken. Speed leveling is not fun for you. It doesn't have to be normal. Like what is normal, what is not normal, right? Like who cares what is normal and what is not normal? If it's not fun for you, then it's not fun for you, right? It's, if something else is fun for you, then something else is fun for you, right? You don't have to like worry about just because like something is not fun for you that that's like not normal or something like that, right? I mean, lots of people prefer to slow level instead of speed level as well, or to not level at all. Or to only like semi-fast level, like for example no low card set but using speed potions instead. Stuff like that. Or like leveling an ultimate from level 1 is fun as well, yeah. There are lots of different ways to level, lots of different ways to play the game. Whatever is fun for you, that's what you should play, right? As long as you're not cheating stashing. I mean, for some people, even that is fun, right? Because everything else seems to be even less fun for them. So, I guess for them, GD stashing is fine. Like, who am I to judge? Like, whatever is fun for other people, right? Yo, Scatterbrain. How are you, man? Three water runs in 1 hour. I mean, you can have like more than that if you farm for him, right? Is that... Stop with the "is that normal" questions, what the fuck? I mean, why... I mean, do I know if you like actually search for him actively or not? Like, if you target farm Veldran and like reset every single time you get him, you can get pro like 10 Veldrans per hour. It was random. I mean, you get like 1 per session, so if you reset like 3 times in 1 hour, then you get 3, right? I like licking windows, is that normal? That might be not that normal, but... At least it's not what like most people do. And I would also not advise you to do it. Especially while Corona is a thing, right? But other than that, I mean, feel free to do whatever you want to, right? As long as you're not harming other people. I would say it's pretty normal that something is not normal, right? Or considered normal. But maybe that's not how it should be. Oh yeah, let me just like eat every single one in here. Nice. Oh shit. Yeah, you gotta watch out with your petrification resistance. If you don't have like good petrify resistance, you shouldn't get hit by like all those meteors, obviously. What about normal veteran? Well, that's not normal anymore, right? That's veteran. Alright, this guy, right? This guy, we need his ring, please. Give me your ring. You're just facing these, unless there's Orisa in here, right? Orisa deals bleed. No ring, what do you mean?
That's lost.
Why did I press that? Just wanted to be courageous, I guess. Oh my fucking god, yeah. Yeah, that, okay. Yeah, like, don't walk into those. I said that already once, like 2 seconds ago, I know, but I walked into them again. The beggar. Hardcore could get a ranking system? No, I don't think Grim Dawn needs or could get any ranking system because it doesn't have servers, right? And if it does, and if something doesn't have servers, then you cannot like properly check whether somebody cheated or not, right? So I don't know, like ladders and stuff like that only makes sense when you have servers, right? If there are no servers, then ladders don't really make sense, right? Unless people have like video proof, right? And Grim Dawn 1 is also multiplayer. Grim Dawn 1, you can also play this multiplayer, right? You can play this with up to 3 other people, like 4 people multiplayer. But yeah, I know what you mean, like multiplayer as in also servers, right? And that's also something I would not mind for Grim Dawn 2 actually. I would say that's something they should consider, for sure. Because that is something that Grim Dawn does lack a little bit. I actually prefer, I would actually like, okay, you can like shit talk Wilson all you want, right? But Wilson has the option to play online or offline, right? And I would prefer Grim Dawn 2 to have exactly that system as well, right? You could play online with like servers and ladders and everything, or you could play offline just like you play Grim Dawn 1 right now as well, right? That way, like, both sides could be happy, right? Like the online community who wants like ladders and also proper multiplayer can be happy, and the offline community who hates always online and all that stuff can be happy as well, right? This guy still has no Nightbringer, right? Should I even like bother killing him whenever he doesn't have a Nightbringer? Maybe I should just reset. Maybe once I see he doesn't have a Nightbringer in his hand, I should just reset immediately, maybe. The blue one. I mean, the blue one has conversion as well, right? It has elemental to wit conversion, but it doesn't have like +2 occultist, right? Maybe, does the purple one have +2? It does, right? I think so. Maybe the blue one is like good enough, I don't know. I already have one though, right? I mean, the new one is at least better, right? The new one has... it has less percent damage though. But like 1% more Fizzerance, 1% more CDR, and 7% more conversion. So this is like a small upgrade for that one at least. What about MMO Grim Dawn? Eh, I'm not sure about that. I mean, they could do it, but I don't know if I like it too much.
Come see what's left of my wares. Put it to good use.
I'll keep your stash safe.
I'm missing Vanquisher's Gem, right? Where do you get Vanquisher's Gem even? Is that Valbury? Oh well. I think that's gonna be it for... Wait, why did I have this not active actually? Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode 16 here. Hope you guys enjoyed this as well. And I might do another episode 17 maybe, where I do like Crucible stuff, probably. I mean, I still haven't done Crucible, right? I still haven't done SR60. And I also still haven't done the bosses on Ultimate, right? I just did them on Elite. And Kalagato actually only on Normal, so... That will probably require me to have Nightbringer though, and also like a better relic. Which I'm at some point just gonna assume you're gonna get, right? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and see you around.